Syndicate reinforcements have received an update. Now when you go to use it, you'll have an option between a Syndicate Thief loadout, Syndicate Medic loadout, and a Syndicate Spy loadout. The Medic comes with a advanced combat medical kit, and they still have their original gear as well, so they still have their pistol, they still have their basic clothes and a combat knife, but this gives them some extra options. So the Medic comes with a combat medical kit, which is just a combat medical kit. It has a mesh, sutures, the burn ejector, brute injector, and a syringe of ephedrine. Syndicate Thief, actually, funnily enough, comes with the Jaws of Life, which is not a bad weapon, 14 blunt. Comes with the toolbox, which is actually a great weapon. And inside that toolbox is a ton of value. It's a full set of tools, insulated gloves, and flash resistance. And then finally, we have the Spy Kit, which comes with a voice mask and an agent ID, so they can copy IDs, steal IDs, and bring that ID back to you potentially. This is really just giving reinforcements some additional TC value for their cost and lets them specialize a little bit for what you're missing. The nuke op reinforcement has been changed as well. It is now a nuclear operative radio instead of just a reinforcement radio, and you'll, even in the ghost roll menu, it'll just straight up say you're taking over a nuclear operative. And once you actually take over the operative, it's basically like being a normal operative, but you don't get the uplink. You even get a pinpointer, you get the death acidifier, get a Viper, you get a cart plushie as a bonus, you get your oxygen, you get the chest rig with nothing in it, and you have your knife in your boot. So you are basically a round start nuclear operative at this point, but you won't be able to buy any additional equipment. The weapon cyborg modules receive some changes. You now have a recharging Viper, so you basically have an infinite ammo kinetic gun. It charges not super fast, but it's not that slow either. And then you also have an energy dagger instead, but it's in the same hand. So that means you can actually run around with reflex out, have a melee weapon in your offhand, and have a pistol that will slowly regenerate. And the Viper it's a good DPS weapon, so this is honestly really good for just running up to somebody, mag dumping them, and trying to finish them off with the dagger, and then running away while you wait for your pistol to regenerate. Cyborgs themselves can no longer unlock other cyborgs or unlock the robotics control console themselves. So now you can't just slaughter every other cyborg with a click of a button the second you get EMAG by going to the robotics control console. You can now eat something with one hand and then swap your active hand and it'll keep eating it, giving you greater control over your environment and things around you while still finishing your task of drinking or eating. You can now build pipes inside of walls, allowing for greater control over where your pipes are. However, be cautious, the T-Ray still doesn't directly show them unless you actually right-click the wall, so this could get easy of forgetting how you set up your pipes if you don't just actively keep clicking and looking at them, and if you don't remember exactly how you set it up. 3 new plant mutations are added. Galaxy Thistle can now mutate in the Glassstol, which if you melee something with it, it will actually break it into glass, and it does 15 slash damage a hit, so if you have a few of these, that's pretty nasty. Also, it literally makes glass. Apples can mutate into golden apples, and these have Doctor's Delight inside, so it's basically like discount Omnizine. Sugarcane can mutate into paper cane, which is just paper. So some new mutations and new options for botanists to make. Syringes have been buffed to be 0.5 seconds faster, so if you inject 15 units, it's 0.5 seconds faster. If you inject 10 units, it's 0.5 seconds faster. It's just a buff across the board. You can now butcher space adders to get some snake meat. And the last thing I'll cover for this week is that dead space dragons will no longer despawn, meaning that if you don't butcher them right away or you get unlucky killing them as soon as their timer's up and they don't have the rift, those people inside aren't doomed. You can then butcher them and get them out. I want to thank all of our maintainers and contributors for all their hard work to the game, and thank you for watching.